So, Kartitia's banner is up now and you have saved some astrite for this 3.0 patch, but you are not sure whether to pull for her or not. Don't worry, today I'm going to break down her kits and test whether she's viable without the premium Aero Erosion team. Kartitia got two forms, Kartitia form and Flooderist form. In Kartitia's form, you can produce Aero Erosion, but in Flooderist form, you will consume it. With only Kartitia, there are two ways to produce the Aero Erosion status effects, which is through Basic Attack 4 and Resonance Skill Kartitia. Basic Attack 4 gives 1 stack of Aero Erosion, whereas Resonance Skill gives 2 stacks. In total, she can gain 3 stacks if you use her as a solo character. Her inherent skill gives around 30% damage boost with 1 to 3 stacks of Aero Erosion, but these stacks can be increased to a max of 9. She also deals another 10% damage for every stack after 3, and this can stack up to 3 times, giving her another 30% damage boost. So that's all important about a kit. Now let's look at a rotation. If you are playing solo Kartitia, you have to do the following. You need to get 3 swords above the forte bar. To achieve this, simply complete Basic Attack 4, Heavy Attack and Resonance Skill Kartitia. All of these swords will last for 20 seconds, so don't worry, you will have plenty of time to get all 3 activated. Next, you press your Resonance Liberation, and this is when she will transform into Flooderist and will immediately consume 50% of your health. She will not consume health if you have below 50% health. One thing to note is Kartitia scales of HP, so make sure you have at least 48 to 51k HP for more damage. Now all you need to do is constantly change form between Kartitia and Flooderist to feel the Resonance Liberation. One thing I always do is when she does a 4th basic attack in Flooderist form, make sure you don't let her complete it and swap to Kartitia form, so this way you can prevent her from consuming the Aero Erosion. So basically, after you feel the Resonance Liberation, just nuke it and repeat the process all over. Now for signature weapon and echo, I will say it is better you invest in a signature because the weapon gives a huge boost to her HP, which is 72.2%. So you can reduce time taken to min-max your echo rolls. Plus, if Aero Erosion is present, she will amplify damage taken by 20%. For echo stats, it is better to use Wind Roar Pilgrim Match because it gives an extra 10% crit rate and 30% arrow damage. Go with 44111 set, and for the 4 sets, use crit rate and crit damage, and for the ones, use HP and make sure all the sets have crit rate and crit damage. Now Kartitia's teammates make a huge difference in terms of damage. If you have Aero Rover, you can increase your stack to 6, and if you have both Aero Rover and Chakona, then Aero Erosion amplification is increased by 100%. So this is why premium teams are always the best in slot for any DPS, but trust me, Kartitia can work without Chakona because I use her with her Aero Rover and works just fine. Finally, for her Resonance Chain, I will say she is one of the best character, which is quite free to play friendly if you ask me, because with her S2 you can remove Aero Rover from your team because she can get the 3 stacks all by herself, and at the S3 she can increase her Resonance Liberation damage by 100%, making her damage skyrocket, and at S6 as usual it is broken for any characters, but in terms of damage potential she has one of the biggest hits of all time when you unlock a S6. Now since I have broken down her kits, let's get into the main topic, which is whether or not you should pull for her. In my opinion, I think even at S0R1 she's more strong than enough to carry you most of the content, but maybe she will struggle a little in Viva and the newest endgame mode. So my advice will be, if you are planning to pull for Kartitia, it is better to get her best in slot Chakona because the difference in damage is day and night with and without her. So I hope this video might have helped some of you clarify your thoughts on whether to pull or skip Kartitia during a rerun. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below and I will help answer them. By the way, I'm also trying for Chakona and this is the 3rd time I'm trying to pull for her, so wish me luck too. Bye.